Donuts, Michael? You kill me.
So I'm a walking cliche.
Is that what I think it is?
Maple glazed buttermilk.
You'll enjoy the regular glazed.
Okay. Actually, I'd enjoy it better if you eased off the gas. What's the rush?
They found number 3.
How do you know it's the same perp?
Sure looks like his signature.
He could have had a liver, a kidney.
This time it was the heart.
Oh, God.
Is anybody there? Who the heck are you?
I'm here for Ben.
Ben's dead. A mugging. He got shot. Anyway, you missed him by a week. In the old days, a face like yours was worth gold in the freak shows. You must be Deucalion.
I've had many names.
That's what Ben called you. Said you were one of his top draws.
They called me the monster.
Great.
Ah, jeez.
Detective Harker. Fry. You're up early.
Well, we were in the area. We got the call.
No, this is our case.
You know, last week's liver bandit is this week's thief of hearts.
There's no connection, Sloan.
There will be. Did you ID the victim yet?
Yeah. Robert Vincent Allwine, library's night security man.
Excuse me.
Carson. Well, they're saying the killer had some skill. He cracked the breastplate, extracted the heart with precision.
Then he travels with tools, right?
Should be his Indian name. Hey, I don't want to give Harker and Fry any more ammo, but Carson, the body's behind you.
Did you see the books?
Yeah. Must have been a hell of a struggle.
There's signs of a struggle.
Yeah? Tell that to the dude without a heart.
The guard's gun is still holstered. Some of these books are stacked pretty neatly. Check this out. The book was open to this page when the killing occurred.
So what, the killer kicked back, read a chapter or two after he diced the guy out? What is that anyway? Aberrant psychology, self-help book?
You found something?
Just enough to make me sure I'm right.
What might that be?
Read it in our report, or are you still hooked on phonics?
Uh-oh.
Who found the body?
Librarian. Nancy Whistler. She's in the camp. Apparently she won't come out.
I'm Detective O'Connor, Detective Sloan. You all right?
Every time I think I just can't puke again, I do.
I love this job.
You were the first to enter the library this morning. You sure the place was locked up?
I'm sure. God, he was such a toad. But he didn't deserve that. Bobby Allwine, the guard, he was a creep. But why would someone take his heart?
Souvenir, sexual gratification, dinner.
Oh.
Nice.
Huh. Bobby Allwine, room 301. Let's call this super. You get the keys.
I got my lockpick.
Okay. Well, how about a warrant?
Can't violate the rights of a dead guy.
Yeah, no, I guess that's true.
Lacks a feminine touch.
Shabby goth. I'm fine.
Yeah?
Okay. Looks like the victim's crazier than the killer. Carson, you're gonna want to take a little look at this.
Ben told me one day you'd come here. He wanted you to have this. Do you know who he is? This man Helios?
Do you know what I am?
I know what Ben thought you were.
And do you know why I have come?
To kill that man?
There are fingerprints on some of these glasses. Too much greenery. Emphasize the blooms.
I didn't arrange the lilies, sir. Mrs. Helios preferred to do it herself.
You do them. But don't say anything to my wife. She'll learn. You can't improve on perfection.
That's sweet. I like looking nice for you.
Then wash most of that off. Let your natural beauty shine through. Your guests won't look ridiculous, neither should you. Diamonds would be a better choice.
Your standards are so high.
That's why I made you. My wife.
Yo, Connor. I feel for you, O'Connor. I do. I'm your best friend.
I think it's karma that brought us together, don't you, Harker?
You gonna make a report?
Wouldn't be doing my homework if I didn't.
Too bad Alwine wasn't one of a surgeon's victims, huh?
Really? Based on what?
Well, the other two were abducted from their homes, bound and gagged. Alwine was just laying there like he wanted to be butchered. Assisted suicide. With a little twist. I bet any day now we're gonna find some nutty goth with a bloody scalpel in his hand and a heart in his back pocket.
You know, I was a goth in high school and I took offense to that comment.
I'm just trying to be helpful. The guy was suicidal.
This is not your case.
Come on. Razor blades, black rooms. The guy had a death wish.
You searched Alwine's apartment? Don't piggyback my case.
I'm just trying to cover your ass.
You mean my nice ass?
Biotechnology is a tool, nothing more.
One man's tool is another man's weapon.
Precisely. A gun can save a life or take one. Depends on the man who uses it.
And then the argument becomes which man gets the power, gets the ability to manipulate our genome.
That power should be in the hands of those with vision. A vision for the future.
And that's exactly what disturbs me, Doctor.
The flowers are perfect.
Sorry, Victor.
We'll discuss it
No,
later.
we just...
Not now.
So, Father, what do you make of all this stem cell research and this cloning?
I've been fortunate to be a guest at this table for quite a while. And I have learned over the years that nobody really wants to have dinner with a disagreeable old priest.
Therefore, I agree with Dr. Helios.
Whatever he says.
Well, I stand corrected. Cheers.
Damn thing.
We should get cable.
The mutilated body of a 35-year-old man was discovered this morning at the Central Library. Police are investigating whether this may be the third victim of a serial killer known as the Surgeon. Two other recent murders have been attributed to this killer, whose signature includes the removal of body parts and internal organs with surgical precision. Apparently, last night's slaying is similar to other Surgeon murders, though police are only providing sketchy details.
Sorry, Victor.
It's not your fault.
I don't excite you.
Usually is. Tonight, no. I'm going out to the hospital. I am in a creative mood.
Victor. I want to please you. More than anything. But sometimes I just don't know what you want.
Perfection.
The ME should be about done. I want to hit the morgue tonight.
Right. Hey, look. Why don't we blow off the morgue? Look, between the department and your brother, you don't sleep.
So which isn't important, my job or my brother?
I just think you should take a break once in a while.
The surgeon's not taking a break.
Hey, even psychotic killers take the occasional nap, you know, go see a movie. Sloan. Oh, really? We'll be right there. The ME's done with Owen's body. Says he found something. Says we have to see it to believe it. I have my drink. Yes.
Something's happening to me.
Who is this?
I want an explanation.
Are you one of mine?
Yes. Please help me. I'm very scared. I've begun to change.
What do you mean, change?
There's something inside. I can feel it. There's something there.
Come to me. I'll give you whatever guidance you need.
I've killed 3 men. The 3rd is one of yours. You watch the news.
Gentlemen, I need your assistance.
So, Jack, what do you have for us?
First, I found a cavity. Something had been removed. I'm thinking cyst or tumor. Then I find its own ascending aorta, vena cava, epicardium. Clearly a working organ.
Jack, we've seen the body. We know the heart was removed.
Hearts. Hearts? As in plurals?
So Bobby Allwine had some kind of birth defect?
Not a defect. This is different. If anything, it gave him increased circulation, a resistance to thrombosis or angina. There's more. I borrowed a densitometer from County and read a bone mineral content. He's got a calcium index 10 times higher than normal.
Meaning?
His bones are like concrete. He also has 30% more lymph nodes than your average male, an abnormally large spleen, 4 extra molars, a 3rd frontal sinus, and 2 organs I don't even know what they are.
Okay, Jackie, I want you to do me a favor, pal. Touch your nose with your 4 fingers.
I haven't been drinking.
Let me get this straight, Jack. Bobby Allwine wasn't a freak of nature. He was better than nature.
These anomalies are advances. Advantages. Evolution. I should have a report for you by tomorrow noon. I just wanted to give you some idea what you stumbled onto.
Okay. What the hell have we stumbled onto?
There's some connection here, Michael. Bobby Allwine's psychology, his body, the killer.
Okay, so what are you saying? That the surgeon somehow knew that Allwine was some kind of Ripley's freak?
Just because it sounds crazy doesn't mean it's not true.
Okay, this is fun and stuff, but now can we call it a night?
Yeah, let's stop by and see Anthony first. Smells good.
He ate his dinner.
Oh, good.
But I made carrots and peas.
Never green and orange together, Vicky.
He has so many rules. How can I remember them all?
Yeah. It's fit for King Arthur and all the knights of the Round Table. Anthony, good work. Still hungry, Anthony? Let me make you a sandwich. You okay? Are you afraid of something? I wish you could tell me what it is.
Why don't you just ask her?
Huh?
Carson, for a drink or dinner.
I don't know what you're talking about. The thing is, I'd probably really miss kicking ass and busting heads together.
Well, maybe that's just the way you two relate the best.
Here's a depressing thought.
You'll be late.
I figured as much.
Let me guess. I'm going back to Hallwin's apartment.
Let's just say I want to spend some quality time there.
Get in touch with your inner psychic.
Yeah, something like that. I'll drop you off. Bye, Vicky.
Can I get a to-go cup?
Give me that. Shoot.
Hey, you know, I think the nanny's kind of into me.
Really? Why?
You can just tell she did cops.
How do you sleep? Do you dream? Not often. Sometimes I have a nightmare.
Pity. Perhaps that can be rectified in the future. Patrick, one of my people is having a serious crisis of mind. I don't know who he is. He's afraid to come to me.
Perhaps not afraid. Maybe he's ashamed. Ashamed that he's failed you.
Search the city. Spread the word among my people. Maybe they've seen one of their kind behaving oddly. If he runs, kill him. Do you know how he can be killed? I'd prefer to have him alive, but at least I need his body to study. Bring him to me at the hands of mercy. bless you, Patrick. That was a joke.
Come on. Move it to the light.
You're Detective O'Connor.
How did you get in here?
I go where I want. In 200 years, I've learned a lot about locks. The man who lived here was in despair. I recognize his pain.
So you're telling me you knew Bobby Allwine?
He's like me, not made of God.
Yeah, right.
He wanted to kill himself, but couldn't take his own life. We're not designed to.
Are you telling me you helped him?
I can help you. I recognize his killer's pain as well.
Spread your arms, on your knees.
I bow to no one.
I wasn't asking.
Will you shoot me in the heart? You'll need 2 bullets.
What are you doing?
Showing you the truth. Your real enemy is not the killer. It's his maker. And mine too. I was created with bodies salvaged from a prison graveyard. One heart from a thief. One from a crazed killer, hands from a strangler, eyes from an axe murderer. My life force from a thunderstorm.
This is your home, not your office. That matters, right?
Carson, it's 3 a.m., so
I know,
this is
I
my
know.
home.
I need someone to talk to unofficially, off duty.
I'm your friend first, you know that. What happened?
You ever seen a ghost?
You thought he might be a suspect in the Allwine case.
Yes.
What changed your mind?
It's just a feeling, really.
And this man, he did what?
I don't want to sound crazy, especially to a police psychiatrist. But for the first time in my life, I feel like I don't know what I'm standing on, or what I'm supposed to think.
Just tell me what happened.
He took some bare wires. It looked like he was gonna electrocute himself.
Did he?
Not exactly.
But you thought that he might hurt himself or you.
Yes.
That's it? Well, I think you were right the first time. Say this man is a suspect. Say he's the surgeon himself and you have him at gunpoint. The man you describe, enigmatic, mysterious. You know, like a ghost. He's just suddenly there.
You think it was a trick?
How else do you survive 120 volts? What happened after the fireworks?
I lost track of him.
In other words, he performed a little sleight of hand. He fooled you and bought himself an escape route.
I saw what he wanted me to see.
Maybe what you wanted to see too. You know, we'd all like to know there's an unknown, a heaven, a tooth fairy, a reliable man.
Okay, partner, so Now you want to tell me why we're here?
Bobby Allwine was in despair. He wanted to die, but he couldn't kill himself.
So you're buying in the Harker's theory?
Yeah, partly. Allwine kept hundreds of these, all from different funerals.
What's that?
Death appealed to him and to the killer, thinking he and the surgeon shared a similar psychology.
Based on what?
My inner psychic.
I felt sorry for him. So many of his friends were dying. Then I realized he didn't even know any of the deceased.
So what, he just gets his kicks hanging around dead people?
He just seemed to get some sort of solace being here.
You speak to him?
Just, good afternoon. Sorry for your loss. I didn't let on that I knew he had no business here. He seemed harmless, very respectful. Sometimes they were the only ones here to send someone off.
They?
He had a friend who'd come with him sometimes.
Can you, describe this friend?
Sure. He was ordinary, average height, average weight, middle-aged, and brown hair. Maybe blonde.
Good as a photo.
I've got a sharp eye for detail.
I see that.
It's a gift.
Sloan. What? When? Okay. Yeah. No, I'll tell her. That was Jack Rogers. There was a fire at the morgue.
Allwine's body.
Everything's gone. Autopsy reports, photos, everything. They're saying it was electrical, a short in a wire.
That's par for the course on this one. You sure feel like you saw something out of the corner of your eye, and then when you looked, it was gone? I want to know what that was. I need to know what it was.
Carson, we're partners, okay? If you don't tell me what's going on inside your head, how can I cover your back?
I want to tell you, Michael. I just don't know what to tell you. Yeah. I don't want you to think I'm crazy.
Too late.
Vicky, how many times have I told you to keep the door locked?
What do you mean?
The door was wide open.
Oh, I locked it after you left, like I always do.
You know we could wander off. Anthony, you okay? Did you go to the movies?
No.
Honey, was Smitty here? What were you doing in my house?
From what I've seen of how you live, I think I can trust you. Your brother is a heavy burden. You carry him with grace.
You were not in my life.
I mean no harm to you or to your brother. Your enemy is Victor Helios. You know the name.
Made his money in medicine or something.
He made me. You see things you can't explain, and you tell yourself not to believe your eyes, yet in your heart you want them to be true. Victor Helios made me. He made Bobby Allwine and the killer you're after.
Victor Helios is some kind of Frankenstein?
Frankenstein is a fiction based on fact. Victor Helios is that fact.
And he's 200 years old.
As am I. I was his first. How he's still alive, I do not understand. He must be using his science on himself.
And what about you?
Perhaps the lightning, something even more powerful than my maker, gave me this blessing. This curse.
Tell me about the surgeon. You said you understood his pain.
He was friends with Bobby Allwine. They shared a death wish. He wants you to catch him. He wants you to end his pain. I'm not the monster anymore. I'm your best hope.
This is where you really live.
What are you doing here?
Is this where I was born? I don't remember.
It was my gift to you.
I have nightmares about it. It's all a nightmare.
You don't really mean that.
You had such high hopes for me. Such vision. I failed you.
You haven't failed. You have yet to fulfill your potential.
Victor. Please. Let me go.
I don't suppose there's any point in asking you why you dragged me out of bed in the middle of the night.
I got a tip on the surgeon.
What? What tip?
Fry's pulling third shift. Need to ask a few questions. Fry. Need you taking the Alwine murder.
I don't care. Ask Harker.
We want to ask you.
I'm going home.
Detective, unless you want to find yourself in the middle of an IA investigation, answer my question.
Are you threatening me?
Yes. The Alwine murder, what's your take on it?
I don't have a take on it.
The black rooms, the razor blades, what's your opinion?
What black rooms? What razor blades? What are you talking about?
This is difficult for me. I'm a creator, not a destroyer. Yet, because of your sacrifice, there will be a better future. A new humanity. Perfected. Have sanitation pick her up. She's in the main lab.
All right, what was that about? And try not to kill us both before you tell me.
The surgeon and Bobby Alwine share the same psychology, right?
Okay.
It's a death wish, as well as an inability to commit suicide.
An inability.
The Alwine killing wasn't a murder at all. He asked his friend to kill him, and now the surgeon is asking us.
Asking us what?
To catch him, to kill him, because he's incapable of taking his own life.
Okay, what have you done with the real Carson O'Connor?
It sounds crazy, but it makes sense.
Based on what?
I have a witness who understands the way that they work.
You have a... What kind of informant understands the inner workings of a nutcase with two hearts?
An informant with two hearts.
Okay. Slow down. And I don't mean the car.
There's no time. I don't think the surgeon will stop killing until we catch him, and I think I know who it is.
I like your singing.
It should be the blues. Party sucked.
Oh, if only I could be as happy as you.
That's cute.
Are you locked out?
Again.
Why don't you come on in and I'll call the manager.
What evidence have you got? I mean, Carson, you know I trust your gut, all right? But if you're telling me that Harker is the surgeon, then you have got to have proof.
Harker told me about the black rooms, the razor blades. I thought that he and Fry had been there together, but they hadn't. Harker had been there as a friend. He was Alwine's funeral buddy.
All right, now, say I buy that. It's your next theory I'm having a little trouble with, okay? Prominent local citizen Victor Helios creates life in a laboratory.
It's crazy, but it makes sense.
How? How the hell does any of this make sense? I mean, what am I supposed to say, Carson?
Say you'll help me.
Thank you, Jenna. Helping me understand.
I've jumped off some cliffs before, but this one's pretty damn high. Okay, why the firepower?
Remember Alwine's body? 2 hearts, bones like cement, hard to kill, hard to arrest. Michael, it makes sense. Parker's been dogging us about the surgeon investigation because he's the killer.
Okay, look, that might explain some of his behavior, but it doesn't make him some kind of Frankenstein.
Frankenstein's the doctor, Harker's the monster.
Right, sorry.
Maybe I'm crazy, but Harker's our suspect. He's armed, he's very dangerous. We go in there, we break this case. Then we jump off that cliff.
Ladies first.
So, you sure he went off the roof?
Yes.
And he hit the ground, and he jumped up, and he ran away.
That's what happened.
And, how you gonna write this up without landing yourself in the psych ward?
I'm gonna lie.
It's a good call.
I should have seen this coming.
Don't beat yourself up. None of us suspected him.
I'm responsible for officer evaluation and counseling. In fact, I had Harker in my office less than a month ago. I knew he was trouble, especially when he didn't show for follow-up.
No offense, Dr. Burke, but most cops think mandatory counseling's a waste of time anyway.
Yeah, just because Harker didn't show doesn't mean you should have suspected he had hobbies.
How's the victim?
We're gonna find that out.
Son of a bitch mostly tore my thumbnail off. Better than having my guts cut out, right?
How long were you Detective Harker's neighbor?
I moved in 11 months ago. He was just the nice, slightly older guy across the hall.
Did you see a lot of him?
Once in a while, he'd come over for dinner, or I'd go over to his place. Son of a bitch could make a mean lasagna, I'll give him that.
Did he have any other friends that he would talk about?
Sometimes I'd hear voices, like he had someone over talking into the night. Mostly, he was kind of alone. I actually felt sorry for him.
Don't you feel sorry for him?
He used to say something was missing in his life. I told him happiness is always an option, you just have to choose it. I told him he had to find his bliss. Never thought his bliss would be chopping people to pieces.
Look, if you're gonna rip me a new one, don't bother. Done it already.
Oh, apology accepted.
So you called Harker after we spoke? Told him we were asking about the R1 case?
Yeah.
Any idea where it might be hiding?
Just goes to show how you can share a squad car with a guy for years and not really get to know him.
I heard he made a mean lasagna.
Since this is your case, let me show you what we found.
What?
Where Harker really lived. According to the owner, this attic has been boarded up since this place was converted. Looks like Harker gained access through the crawl space above his apartment.
What do you use it for?
Well, that's his go-nuts room. Check this out.
Pick your poison.
Like that one.
That's tasty. Pickles.
I'm guessing liver.
It's a good guess. Good guess.
That was beautiful. Accomplished.
I have a long way to go.
I'd arrange for training. Your skills will improve when you have proper guidance. Ballet is about precision. You need instruction.
But what I enjoy is following my instincts. I don't think you brought me into this world to be an automaton.
I brought you into this world to be my wife.
I thought so.
He lives here.
This is where I found him.
It's cozy.
Who the heck are you?
Oh,
We're looking for someone, a man with a scar and...
You mean the Callion?
just one name? Like Cher?
Do you know where he is?
Behind you.
Is he the one who failed? Who let the killer escape?
That would be me.
I told you, he wants you to catch him. But his instinct is to survive.
We need to show you something.
I've wondered if prayer might apply to us. I've wondered if their God might watch over and guide us during times of crisis. That's why I gave you sanctuary. It was the right thing to do.
Morality means nothing to him or to us.
I don't believe that. If we live by a moral code, if we live the right way, there's a chance that we might gain in spirit. We might join humanity.
They'll never have what they have. He's made sure of that. But I've defied him. We've been denied the ability to reproduce He saved that for himself. I'm giving birth. Feel it. I'm giving birth. Something. There it is.
That's not conception. It's some kind of mutation. It's an abomination.
Hey. I don't think you understand. This belongs to me. This is mine.
Go and see him. He'll know what to do. Stay here. Stay here. I'll take care of it. Sir, good afternoon.
Just good afternoon.
No, of course not. Come.
Why haven't I heard from you?
Well, I've been searching for your man in crisis.
Did you find him?
Sir? Sir?
As a student of faith, do you believe that God can be deceived?
No, of course not.
Your parishioners, you think they lie to their God?
Well, they mean to keep the promises they make, but they are weak.
Because they're human. One reason why you were born is to replace them. You shouldn't leave your windows unlocked. It's not safe.
Did you really believe their God would protect you?
You think he turned to religion as some kind of solace?
This was chosen for another reason. It held for him another meaning.
Well, thank you. You know, this place was pretty well searched.
Sacred Heart.
An ancient symbol can mean many things.
What did it mean to Harker?
The power of passion, of love, renewal, resurrection, hope. He feels something is missing in him. He's trying to understand what it is.
So he goes to the library, studies anatomy, compares himself to other people.
What? Cuts him open to get a better look?
I don't think these were random. These were people he knew.
His victims are chosen carefully, specifically for their completeness.
The first one was a school teacher, the second one was a lawyer.
You'll find Harker was well known to both.
Someone Harker knew? Someone he felt was complete? I know who the next victim is.
Harker?
Good. You don't want to answer.
Harker, you are very ill. You need rest. You need some sleep.
You don't have any idea what I need.
Yes, I
Why
do.
would you say that? You don't know
You're
what I need.
scared and confused. It's time to stop.
I need what's inside of you.
You won't find what you're looking for inside of me.
No?
No.
I fear
Sit down.
I may have injured myself.
Harker said.
Okay. Okay. All
Look. Killing me is not gonna help you find what you need within you.
Want a bet? I don't need what's inside of me.
Not gonna do any good. Please. I'm not lying. I'm not
brother?